We hear about these 360s. Can you explain to our listening audience what a 360 is, and what are some of the bad deals that you see artists sign back then and even today? So what's a 360? Let's start with that.
A 360 means that you have accepted something from the label that has given them the right to accept a percentage
of everything you do,
of all of your, they call them ancillaries, all of your ancillary businesses. That means your tour money. That means
records.
Your if you got sponsorship dollars.
Huh?
Yeah, sponsorship.
That ain't got nothing to do with them. That ain't no music.
Ancillary. now,
hold on. If people actually sign that?
Of course they do. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, most times, most artists are only looking for what they're getting right then.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They feel
they're not
like
looking down the road. They're looking right now. Right here, what I can see.
Because, you know, what we always have is ideas, and what the industry has is access.
Okay.
So we usually exchange our ideas for their access. And that's how we usually get ourselves.
That's why we end up on the short end of the stick.
Until we have created the leverage for ourselves,
right,
where we can kind of, you know, tip the scales in the other direction.
Right.
Yeah.
So by doing business with big business, how did that help you become a better businessman?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you,
well, you already had a business, but it was, you know.
I had been
you already had.
Well, it's quite different. But nah, man, I had already been researching and reading and kind of familiarizing myself with the business. I read books like Hitman.
Okay.
And All You Need to Know About the Music Business.
Right.
You know, I just already read books that kind of taught me what a good deal was, what a bad deal was, what publishing was, what mechanical rights was. I'd already like researched, and this is when I was like 9, 10, 11 years old.
Okay.
I was challenged by my uncle. He said, if this is what you want to do, you learn everything it is to know, and I'll make sure you have the money and the resources to get you where you want to go. But by the time I read the books, he had then caught a 10-year sentence, so I had all this information, and I still had
with no backing behind it.
I had no backing. So, you know, cut to when I'm 19 and I get my first record deal, I already know what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I know what I'm supposed to be receiving and what not to give away. And at this point in my career, I find it honorable to be able to tell new artists when they come up to me, you know, man, 21 Savage, Thug, you know, like a lot of them come up to me, hey man, just give me $1 million, Tip. Just give me $1 million, man. I don't care what you do. Just give me $1 million and let me handle it from there. And I like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do, because if I give you $1 million, I gotta take back something that's gonna be worth way more, and we ain't gonna be able to be friends no more.
Right.
And you know, and I always tell them, man, don't worry about the money up front, because it's gonna come.
Right.
I mean, I remember telling that to Slime. I remember telling that the 21, and even Savage. Every time he see me now, he'll hit me and say, "Hey, it came."
Right.
You know, and that put a smile on my face, because I just know how impactful every generation has the opportunity to be even more than the last.
You mentioned that you had been reading since you were 9, 10, 11 about what you wanted, the process of the music and what goes into it. And were the music companies surprised at a 19-year-old and your knowledge of the inner workings of how the music game went?
Those that actually had an opportunity to engage with me, they were. I mean, I think that we are expected to just jump on the first thing that comes to us. You know, I believe, I even see now, you know, deals that are presented to certain artists, and we just expected to just take, you know, the first thing that's
hard to turn down
us.
3 to 5 mil, Tip.
I mean, it depends.
Well, you ain't had no money, Tip. Man, you know how that thing is, Tip. You eat them King vitamins and them cornflakes.
And listen, these folks turning down, they take it 3 and 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like
3 to 5,000.
That's what I've seen deals. I've seen deals like that.
What?
Yeah, they offer they sign away their rights in perpetuity for like 5, 10. You know, just like tennis shoe paper. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not criticizing.
Right.
Because some of those deals go on to support some of the largest, most successful, most iconic artists that this industry is known. But you just got to believe that if somebody offering you this money,
they got to think you're worth more.
it's obviously worth, you know what I'm saying? It's obviously
ain't nobody getting away free money.
Exactly.
That's one thing people ain't getting away with free money.
Exactly.
They get away a lot of free things.
Yeah.
For money, you ever see somebody like, hey,
not even no free samples.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before two something.